congratulations, new squad for the year. What, I guess, was the hardest part about bringing these 33 names together for you guys?
Yeah, I think if you look in context for my area, we had some good robust discussions around the balance of the 4 new boys and what we thought they were going to bring, and 2 big areas really impressed us for those two. Firstly, for those forwards, we thought they'd earned it, and they got good character. So I think we're really satisfied with their whole mix, but particularly the forwards.
The Lucy's are always a big point of discussion in New Zealand, especially recently. What did you like about the group that you've picked in terms of those Lucy's, and obviously Duke's coming in there?
So the whole group as such, we believe they're a group that will all complement each other. A few of them can play in different positions, so that's going to be good. And we believe that Duplessis has really earned his spot. It's a great story of someone who stuck at it. I think he came into the All Blacks first in 2020. He's gone away, he's worked on himself and his game, and he's been tremendous. And I think the leadership responsibility he's had with the Wellington and the Hurricanes brought the best out of him, and he's played well.
And I know the fans don't pick the squad, but when you ask fans around New Zealand, he was sort of the one person who has emerged himself into sort of a no-brainer in terms of a new person to come in. Did you see it as him really stamping his mark this season in particular?
Yeah, totally. He came in the back end last year too with the Northern Tour and did a little bit of training with us, and he was phenomenal in the All Black 15. He led that really well. So that's just a real compliment and to him really, and he's been outstanding for the Hurricanes this year. So.
And there's a few in the forwards in particular who miss out. Obviously they always have those hard discussions. You guys as coaching groups have some players in particular from Canterbury, Ethan and the Lucy's. What was that conversation like, and I guess why was he not selected?
It's more about the boys that are selected in the combination. Like we believe, Samapeni Finau's, we've got to put some work into him, and we've got no doubt he had a reasonable Northern Tour last year, but he got knocked out in the French game pretty early, but he'd had an outstanding training week. So we still see that and believe in him, and we've also got some locks that can cover 6 as well. So that's probably what that come down to.
Does it make the decisions or the phone calls more difficult when you know them at such a good level, those players who miss out? Yeah,
you do. Like there's the boss makes the call, but we follow up and we'll be in contact. But it's the balance between the personal conversation and the professional one, and that's where you've got to be really accurate in those conversations and honest.
Just lastly on Brody, seems like a pretty good career move. Now looking back at him moving to the Chiefs, what did you like about him this season in particular?
Been a consistent performer. He's really good in contact. He's built his body really well. He's a genuine test hooker size, and he's been durable for the Chiefs, and he's been consistent right from round 1.
Probably not really that much surprised about Fabian Holland's call-up. Was this just a matter of just waiting until he was eligible for him to be picked, and now's the time?
Yeah, well, we couldn't pick him when he's not eligible, but he's like, when you look at Fabian, he came in last year as well, and we got a bit of a taste of him. He was outstanding for the All Black 15 against Munster. He played exceptional, and I think for the Highlanders this year and right across the park, he's probably been one of the most consistent type forwards in the competition. He loves the contest, and whether he's got the ball or he hasn't, he's competing, and that's what we like about him.
Ollie Norris, just talk us through that selection, please.
Yeah, really stepped up this year. He's built his body and he's been chipping away in the last couple of years. Ex-loose forward, he's dynamic around the park. He's a good defender, and his craft's going really well with his scrummaging. So we see it as a good opportunity to bring in a younger loose head and grow them and build our depth in that position.
Just had a word with Scott about what he was liking out of Super Rugby Pacific. He was quite happy with what he'd seen. Just from your point of view, are you happy with the way that the tight forwards, the scrums have been, set piece has been working throughout Super Rugby Pacific?
Yeah, I think there's always 2 parts to the competition, isn't there? There's the sunny and the warm part of the year, and then there's the back end. 34 scrum penalties in the final series, and all of those scrums that were dominant in the finals won the game. So I think that's sort of set our boys up pretty well, I think, and it gives them a good taste. It'll be nothing like the first 20 minutes of the first Test match of the year, but yeah, I think it's set the boys up well.
Just lastly for me, how are you feeling heading into another test season?
Oh, it's a privilege to be a part of the All Blacks. It's this is a job that I'll never take for granted. That I'll always give everything I got, and it sucks a lot of juice out of you, and so it should. But if it was easy, or anyone could do it, so you've got to embrace it and get on with it. But we're confident with another year together as a coaching and management group, and we've got good players that have got good characters, and we're looking forward to it.
Is building depth the most important thing for the All Blacks at the moment, with a long-term eye on the World Cup? Do you need to have sort of 2 forward packs essentially to go there and beat the Box?
Yeah, I think we when we talked around our selection across the board, we had 4 to 5 deep in each positions that we were talking about. You've got to pick your best team, your best first squad of the year as you think about it, as you see it. But you've got to be prepared that you're going to use players and there's going to be injuries. So we've got to know, if there is, who's next.
Just on last one on Duplessis. What do you see his best role as for this team? Do you see him sort of that breakdown threat, or more sort of coming off the bench, causing an impact? Where do you see him best?
Probably a little bit of both in that question. I think there's 2 parts to the answer. I think he's phenomenal around the ball in the breakdown, but he's also got a good carry in him, and he's tough, so we believe it'll be pretty seamless, whatever that role is.
Awesome. Thank you very much. Awesome. Thank you.